guys, welcome to Shadow Skull Studio. It's Ravenwolf, and finally, guys, we are over 150 subscribers. Thank you for anybody who's subscribed and watching this, or for anybody's support. I know it's like not a huge milestone compared to some other YouTubers, but I'm very grateful for the progress we have made. And let's get on to it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more stuff, or comment down below for better algorithm interaction. There we go. I cannot speak. Also, guys, this is another deck list on a Friday. We have the Snappy Pupper. This one is inspired by my Light Paws deck that I made a while back. I still have it put together because a lot of those enchantments don't really go in any other deck. And so yeah, this one we are doing Wild Seer, Scoring Maw. Trample. Enchantment spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. Then we have basically, we want to Voltron onto our commander. He's a little more expensive at 5 cost, but I just really like him. I think he's really cool. And then we have Xenagos, the Reveler. Add X mana of red or green to your mana pool, or X the number of creatures you control. We can zero him to make a satyr, and then we can -6 to basically exile top 7 when we get all of our creatures and lands from him, put on the battlefield. But mostly he is to hopefully try and ramp out for like more of the other creatures and stuff like that for our commander. Going down into it, we have Dockside Extortionist for ramp. We have Eidolon of the Blossoms, which is basically for card draw. We have Elvish Archivist, which is to get some more card draw. We have Herald of the Pantheon for life gain and to cheapen our enchantment spells. Nihilius Colossus is basically going to be doubling our commander's power if we can get them both out. Vinduran Enchantress is for card draw, and Xenagos is to also double our commander's power. Now, I did forget to put in the creature that gives you mana equal to the number of enchantments on the battlefield, but that's fine. Coming up, we have Blasphemous Act, which is going to be for removal, and Obliterate, which is also removal. This is because I'm going to be putting cards on my commander to give it indestructible, or protection, or totem armor, so that it will live. Going to our instance, we have Beast Within for removal, Deflecting Swat to protect our commander, Heroic Intervention to protect our stuff, Crow's Grip, and Lightning Bolt. And Heroic Intervention is also to survive stuff like Obliterate and Blasphemous Act. Next, for our artifacts, we just have Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, and Soul Ring. For mana rocks, going to our enchantments, as you can see, this is the big part of the deck. We have Acquired Mutation. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. And when it attacks, the defending player gets 2 rad counters. So we're going to be milling our opponents and hopefully draining their life. Agility is to give our commander flanking, which is that way our opponents cannot just block with a bunch of creatures that are 1/1s. They will just die before damage. Airtight Alibi, which is to give our commander hexproof until end of turn. And +2/+2, but mostly just the hexproof. Alpha Authority gives our commander hexproof and makes it where they can only block with 1 creature. Ancestral Mask is basically going to pump up our commander for every enchantment on the battlefield. Animal Friends. This one is going to pump up our commander and give us a 1/1 scroll that can block with it. We have Aspect of Wolf, which will pump up our commander for our forests. Bear Umbra. This is to untap our lands, buff up our commander, gives it totem armor. Beastmaster's Mage Mark. This is to pump up our commander again for each creature blocking it, so they can't just block our commander with a bunch of 1/1s. Bigger on the inside. This will give let our enchantments cascade. So we cast the one from hand, stuff like that. It will basically get Cascade. We have Blight Burgeoning, which will incubate 2, but this will ramp out our lands. Bloodfire Infusion. If our opponent's going to try and exile our commander or board wipe, we can sack it to burn our opponent. Canopy Cover. This basically gives our commander flying without giving it flying, and it can't be the target spell's abilities or opponent's control, giving it hexproof. Classification will buff up our commander. Curse of Clinging Webs. We'll curse one of our opponents if they have a bunch of like creatures on board, and if there's gonna be a board wipe, we want to hopefully try and max out on it. And it's a cheap spell, a cheap enchantment that can cascade. Dawn's Reflection is to ramp out our land. Destructive Urge. Well, basically it's land destruction against our opponents. When our commander deals damage to them, they have to sacrifice a land. Draconic Destiny is to give our commander flying, and it'll give them fire breathing. So we have extra mana, we're just going to dump it into our commander. And when our commander dies, we get Draconic Destiny back to our hand. So we get our commander back, we can cast this again and cascade. Druid's Call. Basically when people deal damage to our commander, or if we Blasphemous Act, we can get 13 squirrels. Elemental Mastery. With this on our commander, if our opponent has like a way to block our commander, block all the damage, we can at least make a bunch of 1/1s and swing at everybody else. Enchantress's Presence is for card draw. Eternal Warrior is to give our commander hexproof, or not hexproof, vigilance. I cannot read today. Fertile Ground is ramp. Fiery Mantle is to give our commander fire breathing, and it comes back to our hand when our commander dies. Find the Path will let us venture into the dungeon, and it ramps the land. Flaming Sword will give our commander first strike. Fruit of the First Tree will give us life and let us draw cards. Gift of Paradise is to ramp out. Grim Reaper Sprint will basically give us another combat step, and our commander will have haste. Hydra's Growth will keep pumping our commander. Incendiary will, when our commander dies, will deal damage to target creature or player, so we can burn an opponent for dealing damage to us. Indomitable Might will basically make our commander unblockable. Instill Energy will let us once per turn untap our commander. Jorel's Favor will let us regenerate our commander. We have Keen Sense, which will get us card draw. Kenris Transformation is removal for an opponent's creature or their commander. Lion Umbra will give our commander vigilance and reach, and it gives them Umbra armor. Maddening Hex, where if a player's playing a burn deck, this will at least burn them for damage. Mark of Sekiko will give us some more mana when we deal damage, and then we can cast more enchantments. Nature's Chosen. Well, again, this will let us tap or untap and tap our commander to get extra blocks. One with Nature will let us ramp every time we deal damage to an opponent. One with Akami will basically, if our commander will die, we can at least get some blockers and a little bit of value. Reflexes will give our commander first strike. Regeneration lets us regenerate our commander. Snake Umbra, again, this will give us some card draw and will protect our commander. Strong Back will pump up our commander. The Sound of Drums will double our commander's damage, and we can get it back from our graveyard to our hand. Wild Growth for ramp. For our lands, I did go a little fancy with it. Command Tower, Copperline Gorge, Crag Crown, which flips over into Timber Crown, Exotic Orchard, Firelit Thicket, 13 Forest, Game Trail, 10 Mountains, Rockvale Vale, Rockfall Vale, Spire Garden, Stomping Ground, and Temple of Abandon for a little bit of scry. And we're going to go ahead and make this deck as cheap as possible to see how much it would be. Update the cheapest. 340 bucks is still a little expensive for this deck, but it's another Voltron Enchantress deck, so it's a pretty simple deck in how it would play, and of course we're going to play test it. Going off in this really good turn 1, we're going to go ahead and draw, Firelit Thicket, passing the turn, we'll do a mountain, and we're not getting any of our ramp enchantments, which kind of sucks. We'll go ahead and do green, and we'll enchant one of our opponents that have, say they have like a bunch of sack outlets, so we can at least get a bunch of spiders. Next turn, forest. Still no ramp, sadly. Next turn, be a little beast within something. Still energy. 2 for an arcane signet. Now we can cast our commander. Next turn, let's go ahead and we'll goad one of our opponent's creatures. Cast our commander. Next turn. So like I said, this is a very slow, very simple deck. Right now, though, we're going to go ahead and go ahead and do strong back on our commander, which will cascade for a 2 or less, which will give us Druid's Call. Land goes to the bottom of the deck. Boop. And then a strong back will make our commander really cheap to target. So immediately I'm going to tap out for Ancestral Mask, which will cascade into a Lightning Bolt. And with Arcane Signet, we're going to go ahead and do... No, we're going to hold Arcane Signet for Heroic Intervention. Let's just say that. Our commander is +10, +10, plus... Is this one each other? +20, +20. Yeah, our commander is a +20, +20 right now. So we'd easily swing out at somebody. Say, oops. And turn 11, we'd go ahead and... Oh, we don't have the mana for it. That's fine. We just boost up our commander. Let's go ahead and restart. Hopefully we get a faster game. We'll do a Spire Garden. I forgot to draw for turn. Then we'll do turn 2. Ooh. We're going to go ahead and go with the... Oops, turn over. Now, what lands do we have? We have Aspect of Wolf, Blighted Burgeoning, one with a Kami, and Dawn's Reflection. So turn 2, we can't really do much, but on the next turn, we're going to start ramping. So this turn, we'll do a mountain. We'll go ahead and tap out for Blight Burgeoning, and we'll put it on our mountain, and we incubate 2. Add a counter, add a counter. Turn 4, we're going to do an Exotic Orchard. We'll cast our commander. Next turn, we're going to do a mountain. And we're going to tap for 2 mana. That for 4 mana. And then we're going to go ahead and cast Dawn's Reflection. Dawn's Reflection goes on any land. We'll put it on Spire Garden. And we'll cascade for Verdant Growth. And the Verdant Growth will go on to our Timber Crown Pathway. So now we have 4 mana? No, we have 5 mana. Okay. So immediately we'll tap this for red. And we'll cast Acquired Mutation on our commander, which will cascade for a 2 or less drop. Gives us Keen Sense. And it also pumps our commander. Yes. And now I can tap this. We'll go ahead and do Aspect of Wolf on our commander, which won't pump it at all, but we will get a 1 drop or less from our deck. And we get Nature's Chosen, which will let us untap our commander, so we can go ahead and attack this turn. Move to the bottom. 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 And bottom. Alright. And then we basically just swing 8 at a player. Hopefully that'll let us draw a card. And then we'll untap our commander. Next turn. 2 or fewer lands. So we're to Temple of Abandon. Scry. It's a lightning bolt. I'll keep that on top. So now what we're going to do is we'll do this. We're going to Eternal Warrior. Which will cascade through our entire deck, which won't matter because we don't have a 0 cost, but it will give our commander vigilance. Next, we'll tap for 4 mana with 1 with a Kami, which will let us cascade for a 3 or less drop. Get Lightning Bolt. I totally forgot. I should have done the cheaper one, which is fine. But now we'll tap. We'll have a floating mana. Curse of Clinging Webs, which will let us cascade for 2 or less drop. And we get Elvish Archivist, which will ETB first. That goes to the bottom. And then Curse of the Clinging Webs will let us draw a card. Alright, and then we'll go to swing at one of our opponents, hopefully drawing a card. And we have a Dockside now. Turn 7. We're giving our commander Fire Breathing. On the cast, we get Incendiary on our commander, which will let us draw a card from the Archivist. And then we have Fiery Mantle. What we'll do here is then we'll go to combat. I'm going to pump my commander to deal damage, drawing a card. We'll do second main. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. With the 5 mana, I can't really do much. But basically, let's go next turn. Because if we had to, we could easily obliterate. We'll play a land, and that forest will pump up our commander with Aspect of Wolf. But mostly, right now, what we're doing is it's 5, 7 mana. We'll cast Colossification onto our commander. On the cast, we go get Canopy Cover. Basically gives our commander flying. We draw a card. Fertile Ground. Exotic Orchard and a mountain. We'll put Fertile Ground on top of our forest, giving us an extra mana. We cascade into a 1-drop. I don't think I have a lot more 1-drop enchantments in this deck, though. If we at least get us a Soul Ring, which would be funny. Here we go. We get 1 with Nature onto our commander. Hang on. What's the freaking bottom? Shift L? Let's go ahead and put all these on the bottom of the deck. And then we just swing out with our big, ginormous commander. Let's restart for one more playthrough with this deck. Drawing for turn 1. Immediately, we're going to play a forest. Next turn, mountain into a soul ring. Next turn, we'll play another forest. And then we'll cast bigger on the inside. On this forest. Which will make it tap for 2 mana, and our commander will cascade. Which, not the greatest for this deck, but that's fine. Next turn, we're going to play forest. We'll cast our commander. Tapping this for our 2 mana of any one color. So I'm going to say red. No, yeah. Even though it won't matter, actually, because I would need it. Because the red, the 1 cost enchantments aren't going to matter. So let's hold that mana up for something. Next turn, this is turn 5. We're going to have Crag Crown come up on its front side. Tap and tap. We're going to cast Beastmaster's Mage Mark onto our commander, which will cascade. So we cascade for a 2 or less twice. So we're going to get Keen Sense onto our commander. So yeah, Shift L, and then we'll get up Herald of the Pantheon, which won't see us our other things cast, but that's fine. And now we're going to go ahead, cast Xenagos. With Xenagos, we're going to go ahead and add a loyalty counter. So we're going to get 2 red mana, which we're going to use to do Eternal Warrior on our commander, which will gain us life, and Reflexes, which gives our commander first strike. And then we'll swing our commander. And hopefully it's a damage, so we draw a card. And then boom, one with the Kami is next. So we go to turn 6. Usually the Panoptic turn in some high tier decks. But like, yeah, this. So now we're going to do 2, 3 mana. Find the path onto this forest, which will cascade. But we gain the life on the cast, so we have 1 trigger with Herald. So, nope, not classification. Come on, 2 or less drop. 2 or less drop. All right, we lightning bolt something. That's fine. So we have a lightning bolt. Let's clear this board. This is insane. My mouse is like moving around. There, that's a faster way. Now we have to go again. Get a 2 or less drop. We get a Mark of Sakiko. Alright, and we gain 2 life for casting 2 enchantments. So with this, we have the Beastmaster's Mage Mark, Keen Sense, Eternal Warrior, Reflexes, and Mark of Sakiko. Put these 2 guys up here. Lightning Bolt goes to the grave. Next, what we'll do is we'll tap. I also forgot to venture into the dungeon. That's fine. 2, 3, 4 mana for 1 with the Kami. We cascade. And we get Lion Umbra onto our commander. So we get 2 more life. Go ahead and go to combat. Our commander will swing. Hopefully dealing damage, which will draw us a card. And will give us extra mana that we can't do anything with. And then on the second main, we'll go ahead and we'll make a Satyr. Just to have extra blockers. Turn 7. Airtight Alibi. We'll save that to protect our commander. Though we could also just do it now. Yeah, let's just do this now. We'll go ahead, airtight alibi. We're going to cascade, a deflecting swat. Oh, no, we don't. We need 2 or less. 2 or less. All right, we get an arcane signet for the first one. And for the second cascade, regeneration onto our commander, gaining 2 more life. No, 1 more life. No, 2, because we cascaded. Shift L. All right, Crack Crown goes over here. Now we have our arcane signet. Now we can regenerate our commander as many times as it takes. And now we're just going to go ahead, add a token, make another satyr with Xenagos. Go ahead, combat, swing. So yeah, I want to do this one more time because I love playing this deck. I love just Voltroning a gigantic wolf. 1, 2, 3 lands. All right, go ahead, draw for turn 1. We'll play a forest. Next turn, a mountain. Next turn, Rockvale. Sadly, we need our commander out. This is going to be one of those slow games. Do a mountain. Turn one of our opponent's commanders or creatures into an elk with no abilities. Next turn. Now we cast our commander. Turn 6. We're playing a forest. And now we are just going to hopefully blow up, because what we're going to do now, we're going to cast Indomitable Might onto our commander. Now we're going to cascade into a 3 or less drop. It gets us a commander sphere, which is not bad. It is not bad. Next, do I want Animal Friend? Or Fiery Mantle? We could also do Sekiko. Yeah, we'll do Sekiko. Sekiko, which will get us a 1-drop or less enchantment. This one might be a while. Shift L, 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 L. Hang on. Bottom of library is L. Why am I getting it to the top? L. To the bottom of the library is Shift and L. Shift. Alright, so that's not working. But that's fine. For some reason, Shift L is not working. Which is fine. We're just going to do this. Alright, cool. We get a lightning bolt. Supposed to be shuffle. We're just going to do that. This apparently is not going to work. We'll go ahead, swing our commander. We'll basically going to make 9 green mana. With that 9 green mana, we'll tap this for red. We'll do Fiery Mantle. With that, we're going to cascade for a 1 or less drop enchantment. Yeah, we're still getting the same ones. This going to the bottom of the deck does not work. Go. Give our commander vigilance. Shift. So am I not holding shift down long enough? Alright. Then we'll cast Animal Friend, getting another 1-drop enchantment. Am I not clicking the right shift, I guess? Nope, just going to the bottom of the deck. The shift does not work. My shift is not working. Unless I accidentally hit caps lock. Shift L. Shift L. Alright. So this has been messing up for a while now. But now we're actually hitting dumber stuff. But we're probably going to get like Keen Sense or something, which is what this goes into. No, we'll get Wild Growth. That's fine. I'm okay with Wild Growth. Shift L. Yeah, does it? Now it works. That's stupid. It was working earlier, though. But yeah. So that, and with our remaining mana, we'll Crows and Grip one of our opponent's pieces. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. I think we can get Colossification. Especially since we basically kill somebody. But yeah, we'll tap all our lands. Classification. Get us Destructive Urge. Boom. So our commander will kill somebody now. So Destructive Urge does nothing. Because our commander can't be blocked, essentially. Next, with our last mana from Commander Sphere, we're just going to do Incendiary. And we'll swing our commander. Let's go ahead and do it again. I'm just having way too much fun. I need to stop. Alright. We'll turn 1, Command Tower. Turn 2, Mountain. Can't. We'll do the Archivist. Next turn. Green. Nothing. This turn. Do a Mountain. We'll do an Eidolon of Blossoms. Does it need to be an Aura? Nope. And we draw 2 cards. Next turn. I don't have mana. That's fine. We could easily just start building up a board, though. But to draw cards, essentially, is what we have to do here. So what I would do here is Incendiary, an Eidolon of Blossoms, which draws me 2 cards. I'll do Temple of Abandon as a land for turn. We're going to scry, and we'll say we keep that on top. So that was 1 red mana. So I have 3 mana that I'm going to use. We'll put Draconic Destiny on the Archivist, which will draw us 1 card. And then we have to go to discard. I don't think I have an enchantment that comes back from my graveyard. Huh. Snake Umbra is way too good. So let's put Fiery Mantle in the grave. Next turn, on turn 6, boom. Cast Commander. We have 1 floating red mana. No, we'll say we make it a green mana. So with that, cast Nature Chosen onto our commander to give it Vigilance. Draws us 2 cards, unfortunately. We'll go to discard. We'll discard this Forest. Basically, we can swing, do all that type of stuff. Next turn. We want to be casting things, really. So 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We're going to cast Indomitable Might onto our commander to make it where our commander cannot be blocked. On that cast, we cascade for a 3 or less drop. We get Strong back onto our commander. Let's go. And then we're drawing 3 cards. For that, We're going to do Mask of Sekiko, which will go for a 1-drop or less from our commander. So on the caster, we go for a 1-drop. We get Eternal Warrior. Shift L, put that at the bottom. And with that, it gives our commander vigilance. So we'll go to second main. We're going to swing our commander. Our commander is doing 9. So that's going in order. That's 8, 13, 15, 17, 19 damage to somebody that cannot be blocked. And we're going to get 19 green mana. So on the second main phase, with that 19 green mana, we're just going to use 6 of it to Crows and Grip and Beast Within something of our opponents. So we have 13 green mana. We're going to Ancestral Mask, going down to 10 green mana, and we'll get a Keen Sense, which draws us 2 cards. Going down to 8 mana, we go get a 1-drop, which I don't think we have. We do. Drawing us 2 more cards. We'll do Snake Umbra on our commander, which gets us a 2-drop or less enchantment. Canopy Cover. Draws us a card. No, it draws us 2 cards. We're not using all this green mana, but we're going to do Authority, which gets us a 1-drop, which I don't think we have any more of. I think the only 1-drop we have left is in... It gets a Soul Ring, I guess. No, I guess it's Lightning Bolt. Close. So we Lightning Bolt somebody. We go to discard. We're going to discard these 2 mountains. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And on turn 8, our commander is going to just obliterate somebody, but we're going to do a Stomping Ground, taking the 2 damage, because I can, and why not. We'll do a mountain. We'll cast Reflexes on our commander, which we don't have a 0-drop, so that's fine. But it will draw us a card. We will cast Maddening Helix onto a player. Cascades for a 2 or less drop. Wild Growth, which will go on Temple of Abandon. I think it says any land. Yep. We'll tap for red, getting additional green. We'll put Agility onto our commander. We say we go to combat. We'll swing our commander at somebody. It will kill them. We have a bunch of mana. Second main phase. I also forgot to draw a card for those 2. Grim Reaper Sprint, which would give us another combat, and we kill 2 players. So yeah, this is an honor. Oh, no, because what we could do with that then is, with our extra green mana, we have an extra combat phase. We'll do Elementary Mastery, making a bunch of 1/1 dudes, and we'll kill 2 players. But yeah, this is another Voltron deck, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed Wild Seer. But I'll see y'all again next time. Comment down below what commander decks you want me to play or want to make, and I'll do my best to see if I can come up with a good list. Bye-bye.